Welcome to the Just Two Black Brothers podcast. You probably take it with poem, period. We got the homie TekForce on. What's up with you? How you doing, sir?
What's going down, man? I'm doing well this evening, man. How y'all doing?
We doing good, man. I'm actually on vacation. It's the last day. I'm going home in the morning. But we
yeah?
doing
Where'd you
Atlantic,
vacation to?
No, we in Atlantic City in Jersey.
Okay, word up. What y'all do out there? Gambling.
That's what I did. They mad. They like, Daddy brought us out here for him.
You win money? You been winning?
Yeah, I'm more of a. If I win $30, I'm leaving. So
but
that's me. That's who I am. So I'm in Texas, and right above us is Oklahoma. So they got this casino, WinStar, right? Huge casino. Literally, when you drive into Oklahoma, across the Red River is the number WinStar.
Oh.
And me and my girl was coming back from. And we said, babe, let's go gambling. Let's go there. So we go on the WinStar, and it's this huge spot. I went in there and spent $20 and said, "You ready to go?" She said, "Yeah."
Let's get
and
out
we
of
bounced. She won 40, I lost 20, and we left.
Oh yeah, we out of there. I went 2 days since I was here. The first day I think I won like $50, so I left. Today the resort we on gave us like some money to gamble with. They gave me like 140. I think I was up at 169 and left. I was like, you know what, man? And they gave me a free drink too. Yeah, I don't care. Hey, look, that's food on the way home. That's food on the way back when they want to go to Chick-fil-A or something.
Right. What did you play out there? What do you play?
I just play roulette.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Bet red or black. I was losing playing the numbers, so I think I had $80 left out of the 140 they gave. So I took the 80 that I had left and put it all on red and closed my eyes and hit.
What? You didn't do the Wesley Snipes? I always bet on black.
I bet on black. I lost twice.
57?
I lost 2 times betting on black, so I just put it all on red and closed my eyes and it hit me. And I said, "Can you just cash me out? I'm out of here."
Yeah. Nah, I get it, man.
It make your heart hurt, man. Cause especially when you lose all your money, you feel first time.
Right. Yeah.
And then when you win, you back up. You be like, shit. You just don't want to feel like it.
Well, see, the problem is when you're in there, they pump all that oxygen in. So when you win, you get that extra high. I got to spend some more money. Hold on, I'm feeling good. You get a couple of drinks in you, next thing you know, you dead broke.
You know what that is? I think about my wife though. I'm like, man, if I go back to her and tell her I ain't got no more money, man, it's going to have some problems. So
that's a whole other level of problems, right?
Exactly. So you got to always think about that. But them drinks, you see them drinks too.
Yeah.
If you getting drunk in there, you ain't paying attention.
Yeah.
When I was in the Marines and I had a boy. When I was in the Marines, I had a boy.
Yeah.
I would go to the casino with him. He would play poker. Man, every night he had to give me some money and say, "Hold this," because I already know what's about to happen. One night he came to me, said, "Give me the money I gave you." I gave it to him because he kind of like threatened me. Man, he lost everything. I see him talking to the manager, asking for his money, some of the money back because his wife getting ready to come visit him with his daughter. They like, "Sir, there's nothing we could do for you. Get out before we have to call security."
Oh,
I'm like, dang. So but I'm like, dude, he drunk though. So he just playing. He don't even know he's spending all that money on the table.
Yeah. That's usually the case, man.
Yeah, so you were saying you got a personal COVID story?
I saw you with C Knowledge, man. And it's funny. So let me ask this: have y'all had it?
No,
I think I had it February 2020. So before they started talking about it.
How was your experience with it?
Man, I was sick for like I said, I think we both had it because we was coughing for
I
was real sick for like I was real sick for a month, but then I kept coughing for like 2 or 3 months after that.
Yeah,
was that the worst? Was that the worst sickness that you ever had? That like on record?
I got sick. I was spitting up phlegm. I filled up this whole bottle with phlegm. I ain't never got sick like that, and it was black. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" So I was about to go to the doctor.
So you feeling that emulates what I felt. So I got the vaccine today. And what I had to think of my head was that feeling. The feeling that I was sick. The feeling that I had a fever. That I had chills. that I had pneumonia, that I felt weak, that I had diarrhea. I had all these things for 3 weeks, dude. I was in here by myself. And I said, I didn't never want to feel that way again, like ever. And I don't want nobody else to feel that way. So yes, am I always skeptical of what the government puts out there in big pharma? You're damn right. We were subject to that. Like you said, the Tuskegee experiment is all about that shit. However, I know for a fact, I don't want to feel that way. So I went ahead and took that chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, but I guess it's a big argument because they saying basically if you got it before, you can't get it again. And then the Farsi saying that ain't true. So that's the argument.
It's not true because I know one of my friends that said their like cousin got it twice. Had it, and 2 months later got it again. So it's a chance we probably gonna get it again. But do you want it to affect you like the cold? Or like that shit we went through 2 or 3 months, or in February 2020.
February last year, yeah.
Hey, but
because I had traveled in February of 2020, but I see it was right when they was talking about it on the news, but they wasn't saying it was some crazy. So
yeah, it was in
I
Japan,
got sick.
though.
Yeah, I got sick in California where I was traveled. But it was like maybe like a strep throat feeling, just feeling weird. Then when I got back, one of my sons had like 101 fever. My baby had like a fever. My wife had a fever. So we were all. My daughter probably the only one. I don't think she felt sick at all. But every time we did a podcast, I was coughing. Paul was like, "Dang, you still coughing for like that was like 3 months." I couldn't stop coughing.
Right, that's that real shit, man. Like,
I would say, but we had 4 hours on the show. He was asking us like, so what happened to like, so all of a sudden since COVID, you don't hear about the flu no more. You don't hear about pneumonia no more. So what happened?
What happened to that?
What happened to pneumonia? Very true.
Because people was dying from pneumonia, and people was dying from the flu too.
So my daughter had the flu 2 months ago. That shit is still prevalent, and it ain't going nowhere. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So my daughter had the flu, and the reason I know this because we went and had it tested over her pediatrician. We always come there. If she ain't feeling right, we take her to pediatrician.
Yeah.
She's 10 years old. So we go there, and as a parent, you sitting there, and they don't even let you in the spot no more if they have a fever. You can't even walk in, right? They're like, you sit there in that car, and they come in a hazmat suit, and it'd be like, yo, let me go and test you. If you got COVID, I'm gonna swab you. Well, with COVID, they got to stick it, I think, up your nose.
Yeah, it's like,
and it's gotta go it goes all the way to your brain, damn near, and they pull it out. And if you do the rapid test, if you do like the regular test, they swab, and then that comes back in 2-3 days. The rapid test, they stick it up your nose. But they did a test 2-3 times on baby girl. She don't have COVID, but she had the flu. They just like, look, she's got the flu. And we had to go through normal stuff. So the flu is very much, we just got something added to the pot of all the shit we got to deal with. Flu, cold, whatever else is out there we got to deal with. So, yeah. So peace to y'all brothers for making it, because there's a lot of people out there that ain't made it, man. So if y'all made it,
we lost 2 family members. We lost.
I might be, but I might be wrong.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
Yeah, I said I don't want to pass no misinformation, but I heard they were saying Hank Aaron and Marvin Hagler, they got sick. They died after they took the vaccine. I don't know if that's true, but that's what they were saying on the internet. So I don't know how true it is.
A nurse told me the other day that anybody who had a reaction to the vaccine, more than likely they was someone who had COVID with no symptoms. So you had it, but you had no symptoms. But the vaccine, I guess, it was having some people. It was reacted negatively in people who already had it, or something like that, or have it at the time that they took it.
They have the two vaccines you can take. They got the Pfizer.
They got
the
3.
Moderna. Or sorry, 3. The Johnson, right? So I took the Moderna one today, and people always, kept telling me that whatever arm you put it in, it's gonna hurt your arm. So my arm is sore, and I felt weird today. Like I felt a little bit tired, kind of like what you feel when you get in COVID. So I don't know what I'm gonna feel like in the morning, but I know that's,
Did you feel a chip?
Do I feel what?
He think they putting computer chips in you when they give you the vaccine.
You didn't feel no chip? You don't feel like no chip in there? Then?
We gonna find out when I go somewhere and they roll up like, hey, what you doing to 7-Eleven? We thought you was over here. We got you on the system right here, Tech. Yeah, because I mean, seriously, the way they did the shot was suspect as hell. It's the fastest shot you've ever seen in your life. So, you know, I came up and it was at this huge mega church in Dallas called the Potter's House. TD Jakes is the one that's TD Jakes.
Oh, Potter's House. Yeah.
Potter's House and that. Y'all know about that.
Yeah.
So anyway, they got mad cars that come through these cones. You got to go through like a mile of cones. And they direct you over. And the first person you go to says, hey, have you signed up? Do you have your not barcode, but what am I thinking of? QR code.
Okay.
And they say you got it. She don't scan it. She's just checking to see if you got it. You got to show your ID. So you go through. Then the other person you get to is the one that scans the QR code to make sure you are who you are. Checking their database, obviously. You got to show your ID. The last stop you make is at this tent, and there's like a tent right here, tent right there, another tent, and all these cars come up to go get the vaccine. And they ask you, have you had the first shot or second shot? Of course, I said first shot. So she comes over, and they let you pick which arm, but the needle's about this big. Mm-hmm. It's pretty large. But the funny thing about it, you know when they stick you with a needle and you feel it in you, and you can feel it because they take their time. That shit is super fast. They do like this, pop, pop, put a Band-Aid on, and that's it. So I felt that was weird.
Yeah.
But I guess they kind of have to do it, but also you don't know exactly what's going on in this arm. The vaccine's great, but maybe there is a microchip. Maybe there's something else that can track you. This is, you know.
Wait, you only do one shot for that one?
No,
so two. So the first shot is done, and you got to wait they send you an email.
25 days,
wherever you are in the U.S., wherever, it's like 3 weeks. And then they like, hey, meet us here. You take that second shot. Now, the first shot's supposed to have the arm hurting with Moderna. And then the second shot's supposed to be where you feel that the whole COVID thing.
A lot of people been getting, because I actually work at like VA. So a lot of them been getting tired from that second shot.
Oh, they be tired after they get it?
Yeah, that second one's supposed to give you the symptoms we had with COVID, but for like maybe a day.
Yeah, I'm good.
And then after that, you recover. Some people have it 3 days.
I don't get the point, man. I don't know.
Okay.
You know, I mean, literally, we might have the antibodies still to fight it. We might still have it. But, you know, I mean, I just felt like it was better to be safe than sorry.
Hey, I be like, I know people probably like, this dude dumb, but I just been taking black sea oil and sea moss.
That ain't dumb.
Yeah.
That ain't dumb. Like, vitamin your body up and give yourself nutrients is never, ever wrong.
That's what my phone law said.
I even like all day I gotta wear a mask at work, but I got essential oils, so I put essential oils inside my bed.
Right. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I think people see so medicinally. Before there was vaccines, people had to use natural medicine to combat disease, to combat ailments. And there's so much research done into how to take care of yourself without using anything like that. I think that's dope. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So yeah, man, we kind of went all the way off.
I know we did.
Let's talk about
so how you combo, man? It's a good combo. I know.
All right, so
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We got the rapper TekForce.
Yes.
We have to do a detour because man, health is wealth. So you giving us some good tips. So you actually are where are you from?
Dallas, Texas, my friend.
Okay.
Dallas, Texas.
And how'd you get involved?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you was born where?
I was born in Houston, and then my parents were raised, born and raised in Houston. And they moved me down to Dallas when I was 5, by way of Arlington.
Okay.
With the Arlington where the Cowboys play and the Rangers. And that's where I grew up, man, was in Arlington, Texas. Right now I reside. I say Dallas, but the actual city I stay in is Allen, which is about 20 minutes west of downtown Dallas.
Oh, okay, man. Houston, one of my favorite cities, man. I want to move there. I want to move there so bad. Partly because I work for the federal government, and the pay is the same as it is where I'm at in New York City. So
really, wow.
Yeah,
so now you win down here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I want to transfer my job because I guess they said when Bush was in office, he had a lot of staffers that stayed in Houston. They didn't work in Washington D.C. So I guess he changed there's this thing with the federal workers, the locality pay. Mm-hmm. So he got that locality pay as one of the tops in the country. Mm-hmm. But the cost of living is so low that people who work for the federal government in Houston, they probably never leave their job for one.
So I gave an example. My ex-girlfriend's uncle and his wife moved here from Cali. Now he's like a retired software developer. The same money he made out there, he took just his year's salary, came out here and bought a house. Yeah. Bought like cash. And that's what we're finding. He bought a cash because it's so low. Man. And that's why so many people, I got so many homies from other spots because they moved to Texas, they know. Just my the money he made out there works out here.
He retired from the military, moved to Dallas. Yep. Every time you see him, he got something new. He got a big house. He got an RV, motorcycles. The wife's active duty. Yeah, the wife active duty. So I'm like, man, y'all killing it. He the man out there now.
Man, you move out here, dude, and find you. So the cool thing about Texas, they got real dope like neighborhoods and communities. So if you have children, if you want to be in some place like
sorry about that.
No, you good. Someplace that you can have your kids and have your family at, and it'd be a nice neighborhood where you can get your money and do your thing. They got plenty of them, man. A lot of people move to Austin. Because even it's probably the most expensive city in Texas. However, it's still way lower than what you pay. I guarantee you. Living in NY.
Seen some nice stuff out there. Everybody got a gun on them too, though, huh? In Texas.
Well, I mean, no, this is Texas.
No, so it's kind of like,
it's Texas, man. It's kind of required to have a piece, man.
You don't know what's gonna pop off. And you don't run up, but everybody gonna run up on you either, huh? Because they don't.
I mean, exactly. Well, it's so crazy, dude. Road rage is so nuts out here. You got a lot of people that run their mouth and be like, "Oh, wait a minute, he got a piece on him." Oh shit, I didn't know that. Like, do you know where you at? There's so many pickup trucks per capita in this state, and every one of them got a piece in there. Yeah, so you gotta be real cognizant of how you run your mouth.
Yeah, you don't know. That's what I said. That's one thing I learned there.
I would say you're gonna be like, this probably stupid, but I always want to go to Houston. I want to sip some lean and listen to DJ Screw. If you I want to try. I got to do the lean in Houston, listening to DJ Screw like that experience. I want to do it like that.
Man, let me tell you, when you do that, it changes your whole vision of life. Your whole perspective on how you look at the world changes when you listen to Screw. So you in NY, everything moves. You gotta move fast. Take that down here. Half that, and then half it again, and that's what you got Screw and lean.
Man, look, I saw a thing on Viceland where the dude was interviewing some dudes out of Texas. Yeah. And one dude, he was a producer, so he tried to stay up all night. He do the lean, but he do coke. Because
he's a madman.
But the coke hyped him back up so he can work all night. They was like, so how do you do that?
He's like, no point in doing it. He just get neutral.
That's what he said. He said the lean was making him sleepy. So when he feels sleepy from the lean, he just snorts because he don't want to go to sleep. So he would snort the coke to get back up.
That's wild.
But they say you put too much in your body at one time. Though, but he said he's been doing it for a few years. So his body. I said, how can your body get used to it, man? Yeah, but ain't that how DJ Screw died, right? And
Pepsi I think when I died.
Yeah, several people.
Hey, but y'all remember that professor just came out and said he do heroin?
Who?
He's like a black. I think he teach at Columbia. He's a professor, a black guy, And then
I'm trying to remember who you're talking about, but it sounds familiar.
Heroin for work-life balance.
I mean, so
they do it. So
that's a
that was my boy was saying.
Functional, drug addiction. So I work with a cat that. So no, wait. Let me run back.
Yeah, run it back.
Let me run back. This is several years ago, and I'm laughing about this shit now. Right? No, I don't know the cat no more, so we good. But I worked at a job with a functional alcoholic, and this dude would come in so thrilled, but you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell until about lunchtime. He would go to there was like a break room, and he'd go in there and he passed out sleep, and he'd be gone for like 2-3 hours. Now, what we didn't know is that cat kept sneaking to his car, getting drunk.
That's how he was functioning throughout the day.
Right, but check this shit out. He got fired eventually. Let me tell you why. Not because he was at the job getting throwed. A few teammates had went to a bar that was like literally up the street from where we worked. As they're walking to the bar that was located in this apartment complex, they see him laid out in a gutter.
Damn.
He was in the gutter and he was drunk, dude. He was like, majorly thrown. Like the police came over, all that. I think that dude got fired not too long.
Yeah, that's a good way to get.
Right. He was a functional alcoholic.
He was a functional alcoholic. He got found in that gutter. Like, damn.
Like, I might have too much to drink.
Hey, to tell you the truth, I did that shit one time when I was young, man. I was in Mexico. I was on the side of the club drunk like that too. So
did you?
That's a bus.
Well, but it's Mexico, so I mean.
No, I could have been dead. Woke up with my kidney going, all that shit, man. I was tripping.
They don't play out there, man. They don't play out in Mexico. So that's one trip I never took when I was young. Like, being right here in Texas, I should have been in Mexico like 8 times.
Yeah.
But I never took that trip past Brownsville to Mexico.
Man, that's the bad part. That's why you don't take that trip.
Ain't there a place called like Juarez or something?
Yeah, no, but look, Brownsville. I used to work.
Brownsville's right there.
Yeah. I used to work for immigration court in New York City, and they were sending us out to the southern border because that's where most of that work is at. So
it's right
So
there.
man, Brownsville was the place you could go.
Yep.
I didn't go to Brownsville. I went to Laredo.
Oh, you went to Laredo?
Laredo was worse too because I'm like
Laredo is that it's for
man,
real.
I went to a Ross in Laredo.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that Ross was packed. Nobody spoke English in the Ross though.
That's Laredo.
I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You in Mexico?
They said, you might as well say you in Mexico, bro.
Right. It's the same way if you go to El Paso, baby. It's the same way you go to El Paso. So Texas, I mean, it's right there. And
Brownsville, they say they don't play no games, man.
But
no, they don't.
I saw this. I saw this thing. This girl, she was on. It was like a clip. I guess they saying now like a lot of stuff happening at the border, and they was like, hey, we should have built the wall like Trump wanted to. You hear about a lot of stuff at the border happening?
So here's the thing, like we hear about it through like the Dallas Morning News. So Dallas Morning News is our paper. A Dallas Observer. They do a lot of pieces on what goes on down there. We got really brave ass reporters at the Dallas Observer to go down and go check shit. So do I hear things firsthand? No, I don't. I hear my stuff like you hear it because honestly, they're trying to cover up everything they can. They want to make it seem like everybody's having a great time down at the border and people are being treated fairly and there's no issues. That's not the case. You got people, they locked them in cages. They kept children away from families for months at a time. You know what I'm saying? Separated them for even years now at this point. Has it been? Damn, it's been years. Right, since Trump did that?
No, they said Obama started it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends what depends on what it was like. Different administrations did it different ways. So he might have started. He didn't start the wall shit. Yeah,
right. He didn't start that. The wall shit was all Trump, but you know, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
But the way it worked, like I said, I was telling somebody last week we was on the way it worked is you got to understand like the South.
Yeah.
They more like, look, man, if they here illegally, send them back right now. Like we don't need to waste this money. So a lot of them, that's the quickest way into the country. So it's like we got to take that chance. We got to tell them because and the funny part about it is in Mexico they coming from El Salvador. They not just coming from Mexico through the Mexican border. They coming from a whole bunch of other places. So if you show up at the border and say I'm from El Salvador or I'm from Ecuador and I'm afraid to go back,
right.
The U.S. ain't gonna send you back. They're not gonna not right now. They're gonna say, all right, well, if you got credible fear of going back to where you came from, we're gonna give you a credible fear hearing. If the judge feels like you have credible fear, the judge will escalate you to the next thing. Now, if you come there and you ain't got no proof to show that you got credible fear to go back to Ecuador, you going back to Ecuador. you going back on the next thing smoking. So people know, like, all right, I gotta come here with something good. If I tell them something good, I got a chance to get my asylum. And like I told them last week, if they get if you get picked up at the border there and they lock you up, you just gonna have your cousin who live in New York bail you out. So your cousin in New York gonna bail you out.
Right.
So now your new address is going to be
you got greater insight into this.
Yeah. So what happens with that is your cousin who bail you out. That's your new address. So now your immigration hearing is going to be done in New York City.
Word
and
up.
they it's a sanctuary city here, so they more like bring the people on. We love you. Show us something good about you, and we'll stamp you as with your green card.
That's not Texas.
Texas, they playing. They don't play that. That's why they try to get up here, because Texas is like, look, they
don't care. They barely care about the people that are in Texas that live here. It was born and raised, let alone people that come in. So you know what? We could do this. We could do
all day.
Let's move. Let's move on to the music.
So how long you been? How long you been an artist?
Oh man, dude, I got started, family. I want to say probably since 99, 2000 as and I say artist, I mean in making the music. So I got my start making music on the PlayStation 1.
What?
Yeah, on the Music Generator game?
Music Generator.
Oh yeah, I remember that game too. That was
hard. Yeah, that Music Generator was a pivotal time in my life, dude. I was 22, 23, got my first apartment, bought my PlayStation, and I'd seen it in a Game Informer magazine that this shit was coming out. I said, this is exactly what I need. So when I got it, I started making beats. And what was interesting about the Music Generator, man, is that, you know, we had the memory cards that were standard on PlayStations, right? Well, I bought like the huge 256 like memory card one, and I started sampling CDs.
What?
So I started sampling my music on a PlayStation to make beats. So it taught me structure. Years later, I got involved in Fruity Loops and learned how to use that. And then I started putting video game and anime samples in my beats, dude. And then one day I was like, I'm making all these beats. Ain't nobody rhyming on them. So should we write a rap? So I wrote my first song that was called Get a New Plan.
Yeah.
And it was terrible. Terrible. And but it laid the groundwork for me to be who I was later on in life. And then, you know, years passed, I was performing around Dallas and Fort Worth, performing. And then I kind of dropped out to raise my kids and to get things situated. And about 2013, I came back, man, and then kind of rebranded myself as TekForce. And I said, yo, I'm going to rap now about the stuff that I love. So I started writing and came out my album Tech Support in 2015. And it just blew up in Dallas. Like, people loved it. And then it started blowing up in other spots. And then from there, dude, I kept writing and started performing at conventions and different venues, man. And now we're here in 2021, where I'm getting ready to release, I guess it's like my 5th album, man, Child of the 80s.
Mm. So you was inspired by the PlayStation, but any actual artists inspired you at the time too?
Man, who wasn't I inspired by? So I grew up, man, listening to but my first kind of like foray into hip hop was my older brother. And I remember being about 8 and walking by his room and hearing some sounds, and I was like, hearing some, some beatboxing, and I said, "Who was that?" "Oh, that's the Fat Boys. You ain't heard of them?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm 8. I don't know who you're talking about." So he played the Fat Boys for me, and LL Cool J, and then eventually Run DMC, and I got my musical template from them, and then it graduated to Public Enemy. Graduated to when I was a teenager in the '90s to my favorite group of all time, A Tribe Called Quest.
Mm.
Gangstar, Pete Rock, and C.O. Smooth. All of these people kind of definitively placed me as an artist, and I'm influenced by a lot of them, man. Trust me,
Yeah,
that was my musical grounding.
That's what's up. And and what's the newest project you completed? I know we got some music sent. I think we got some sent to us, right, Paul? Oh, you on mute? You
He's
muted.
always on mute. You're on mute. Can't hear you.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah. She sent us "Never Again" and then "Trap" by Bill Beats with Bill Beats.
Yeah.
So you rap and produce basically.
I do. So I Never Again I produced myself. There was a track that I kind of wanted to meld I guess 2 worlds. I wanted to make sure I had like the old hip hop like breakbeat, but with like some newer sounds, some synthesized sounds. But I also wanted to make sure it was a track that I bar out and let MCs know that you can't play me. And that I'm serious about my craft, and this is not a game in any shape, form, or fashion. And man, it's been taken off. Like it's now a charting single with BMI, and it's being played internationally now, which is nuts. Because I remember, man, I couldn't even get people in Dallas to play my damn music.
Now they own you though. Wait, Mike, what Mike Jones say back? What did he say back? Then I was hot. Now
they want me. Right? Now they own me. Yeah, it's. But also, man, it comes from work, dude. Like y'all, I see y'all work. I had to go look at some past shows. I had to go, I do my due diligence, and I see that y'all been working for a long time, man. And you know how it is. You got to keep pressing even when it seems like people don't care, because this is your vision.
Now we had weeks where be like, yo, you want to do it this week, but we normally just end up doing it because for that same reason, because like you never know, you might have two people that be expecting that show to come on every Thursday, and if it don't, they like, oh man, what happened to them? So you gotta keep it pushing.
So let me ask y'all, what kind of came with this idea of Pope Pilot? Because I like the name. The name kind of stuck out to me. I thought it was dope. But what kind of like started y'all in this process of making this podcast?
Poe have been doing it. I think Poe called me like, because we both was in the Marines together.
Oh, word.
So yeah,
hoorah.
Yeah, he got out in 2004. I stayed in and got out. I got out in 2012. I came in 99. He came in 2000. So man, I think I was recruiting in Maryland like 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
And he just called me. He was like, because at first we were just talking stuff on the thing.
Yeah.
He called me for some comic relief. Then he started getting artists. He would start getting artists interviewed. Then he started doing like having a couple of buddies of ours debate sports. It all went different. It went a couple of different ways. But yeah, he's been doing it for a while. Then I got out the military in 2012. I started doing some DJing a little bit. So then I would just make mixes for him for the artists that will come on.
Okay.
Then it was like, you know what, man, I want to do a podcast too. I said, Big Baby want to shoot. What was that movie, Rosewood? He said, "Big baby
Yeah,
wanted shit
baby
too."
was shit.
So I brought
Yeah,
the
kinda,
original down to him. Huh?
I was gonna say like shit, kind of how you was saying, man. Back in the day, shit, always something with music. Like
Yeah.
I was on that PlayStation 2. Then I remember like shit, I couldn't do this
because the MTV
but
Music Generator 2 was on PlayStation 2.
Hey,
Did you have that one?
I'm gonna take you back before
What,
I had
what they had on this. What they had on there.
So 2, they had a sequel to the one on PlayStation 1, which was version 2 that came out on PS2. Do you have that one, Poe?
I think I had the PS1 one.
Okay. A lot of people had that first joint.
Even before that, man, I remember what I used to do at first. I used to go buy the cassettes with the, I had the song, then the instrumental on the other side.
Yeah.
But then I used to play the instrumental on one tape player and record on the other one.
Yep.
Listen, it's so funny because I did that shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember. I did that with. I think TLC had a track, and I had a dual cassette. Or my girlfriend at the time had a dual cassette player, and I set that up, and somehow they had a loop button.
Yeah.
I made sure I pressed play on that loop button as it was doing the tape. I said, "Oh shit, I'm a DJ now. I got this." Yeah.
No, that's how. Yeah, that's how it started. Man, me and Poe used to be on a website. It was called Lyrical War. And
yeah, we used to be
man, that thing was fun. That was fun.
Like fuck you, bitch ass nigga.
You make
we typing that
shit. You battle rap with just the words.
Yeah.
So if I was Poe, me and Poe had a battle against each other. The rule was, right? You wrote I think they do like 8 bar. It was a website called Lyrical War. It's gone now, but it was cool.
I remember that site because I hopped on there myself.
Right,
that would have been like 2000, 2001, 2002. Huh?
I think I remember being on Lyrical War, something similar where everybody was rap battling with the Okay, go ahead.
The dudes who had like the more bigger words, they would pick them to win, even though it didn't even really make sense. But me and Poe was like, we had gangsters on there. So
Murder for Hire. It was like Murder Inc. We
had a crew. It was like about 8 of us. A crew name was like Murder for Hire. So we was like, yo, just call us up if y'all need anybody killed on the Lyrical War. But that thing was so fun. Because it was the crews battling each other. So you would pick your strongest person, go against their strongest person. Like man, I remember, and I never forget. This dude told me my name on there was Killer Loco. And the dude, I had to battle this dude, and he wrote a bar that I never forget. He said, man, look at this. I'm battling Killer Loco. I'm about to battle and kill this loco. They was like, everybody's going crazy. Yo, they be typing in the thing. Oh, he killed him.
Yeah.
But that was, and then at that time they had this website called the Rhymerator. You be writing your verse, you write a line, and you stuck. So I get to, like, if I wrote a line, like I'm sitting in the kitchen making peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
I don't know what's blah blah blah. You could type that one line in there. The Rhymerator will come up with some suggestions for the next line.
That's dope.
Yeah, I think that thing is shut down too. But because we tried to rap, we tried to come up with some raps in 2003, 2004.
Yeah. So I use what I use, and every now and then I go back to is Rhyme Zone. You ever seen Rhyme Zone?
I didn't see that one.
Okay, so Rhyme Zone is literally what allows you to like choose word synonyms and antonyms.
Oh yeah.
You can go in and like if you're looking for what rhymes with peach, and of course that's a bad example because it's teach, reach, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a word that's just like the century or something like that, and you don't know, man, what comes next?
What to go with that? Yeah.
I go to there, do this saved my life on a lot of songs. It's my first time saying it, but I'm not the only one. I noticed other cats probably went to Rhyme Zone. It was like, man, I can't think of nothing. But there's nothing wrong with that. Writer's block. Because you can't. Sometimes you sit there with the pen, and you would just write out an entire song, hook, verses, you're done. And sometimes you're on that first line, like, damn, I don't know where to go next.
Because you already know that second line gonna take you probably on another level than that first. It's gonna take you in a different place. That first, the first line you probably hit hard, but that second line, what you got arriving with, you go, oh man, I'm finna go away from what I wanted to make the song to be about. But yeah, man, we try. You know, we probably still feel like we got it, but like we more about reaching out to the voices that are possibly unheard. And building those relationships with people, man. You know, we get better fulfillment out of that. So,
man, I like y'all's flow, dude. Period. I like y'all's flow, man, because honestly, the best conversations you can have with people are when it's a conversation. Because I've been interviewed before,
right?
But when I can just sit up and talk, because I'm gonna talk about my album,
right?
I'm gonna talk about my music. I'm gonna talk. I mean, you had me on the show not to just talk about whatever.
Right.
But I feel like you can get a better insight into people when you just talk to them, man. What you eat for dinner? You like pizza versus this and that? You know what I'm saying? And then get into it. But music, man, has been so important to me. And sometimes I feel like it's the only thing I can truly, it's a love affair sometimes. Like it's one of the things I could truly trust to be there for me besides like my children is that music, right?
It's always going to be there. It's always going to be around too. It's always going to be, and it's timeless. And what we don't like sometimes about rap is that the fans don't give a lot of rappers they flowers while they're here. You know, a lot of people, a lot of rappers, like they say, you even got rappers that make songs about how nobody till somebody kill you or you get better promotion as a dead rapper and stuff like that. So we try to like bring that stuff back because like we said, if Kiss come out with Kiss could be 80 years old, throw a concert, it's gonna sell out.
Right.
Big Daddy Kane or KRS-One to throw a concert, they're gonna be like, oh man, it washed up. I ain't going out there, man. But it's like, why we can't do that we should be able to do that with the rappers. Rappers should because the thing is, and not like people don't like the music, because like we was talking about with C Knowledge. If you go to white people weddings, you're gonna hear some Tone Loc, you're gonna hear some MC Hammer.
That's standard.
Right, that's standard across the board. They're gonna play that music there, but you can't get your own people to listen to that music. They not gonna give it no replay value like they will. They take everything and they part. Like, look, Montel Jordan probably ain't never got to do nothing else. Well, this is how we do it. One song.
Right. So, they be talking about one-hit wonders, and they put it in a negative connotation, a negative area. Dog, if you read a song that they use in TV shows, movies, commercials, that's everywhere, cereal boxes, like if you go buy the cereal, you can get this free download. All of that is paper, dude. And it's sync licensing, mechanical licensing. It is the bread and butter. Like T-Pain, you ain't seen T-Pain do music in quite a while. Do you know how paid he still is? Off of all the music he wrote and continues to write.
Right. Didn't he win the Masked Singer?
Yes.
I think he won the Masked Singer too.
Yeah, he won that too. Like, look, T-Pain is on Twitch making beats, getting people. He's that guy is a brand and he's a businessman. But when you write and what's been cool with lately with XM and Sirius is that they got these channels for contemporary. They call it contemporary music, meaning old hip hop. Like LL Cool J got Rock the Bells. Yeah, and Rock the Bells ain't nothing but old hip hop, right? So all these artists are still getting played, but they got other stations that will do that. They got cats like y'all that bump, whatever music you can to help. So there's different avenues, man. So I think to me, ultimately, like, yes, I do music. Yes, I record. But don't think I don't want my never again in the next Warner Brothers Mortal Kombat sequel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you heavy into so what are your interests outside of music?
Man, I'm a big movie watcher, right? So I've always been in the movies. I think that's what has influenced a lot of my music. So I watch a lot of movies. Gosh, I play video games when I get an
What you play
opportunity
now?
as well. So right now, man, I've been, believe it or not, I've been on Streets of Rage 4.
Oh, I heard they just brought that out. You on mute, Paul? I heard they just brought that a new version of it
I
out.
like Streets of Rage. Yeah.
Streets of Rage. So y'all remember Streets of Rage from Genesis?
Yeah, I still play that shit.
Right. They got Streets of Rage 4 on PS4.
Wow.
And that shit is amazing. Like
I think I was playing that. I think I was playing.
Right.
I was playing with my son. We was trying to beat it. We couldn't beat that shit though.
Yeah. My dude Heritage Hip Hop told me about it when I was on the show. He told me, and so Streets of Rage 4 is like, if you're looking at that kind of definitive beat 'em up, I can't get enough of it, man. I'm actually waiting on so my favorite game of this recent generation is Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know if y'all played it.
I heard of it.
Let me tell you, it is an amazing, amazing game. Like, you got to sit down with it. You got to play it. The sequel's coming out hopefully the end of this year for PS5, which I don't have, and don't nobody have.
I got one.
You got a PS5?
Man, I had to, but I had to buy kind of like. But you know what I did though? I went on StockX. I got it on StockX. So StockX. So like, this is the thing with StockX though. So just like you got, look, you ain't finna get a PS5 for $500 nowhere, right?
Right.
StockX, the price fluctuates. So they got them for $650. They got the disc version for $650, but they also sell the digital one for $650. So what I said was, I think I got mine for it ended up being, it was $690 or $680, I think. But I was like, I ain't gonna buy the digital one for $680 if I can get the disc version for $680. So I just said, you know what, forget it, man. I'm gonna buy it. So we bought it. It came pretty quick too. It came. I think I got it with them because what that is, StockX is the middleman. So like, Poe got the PS5, you StockX. So I pay you. I pay you for the PS5. Then you tell Poe somebody bought your PS5. Send it to us. We need to verify this a real PS5 because you can list anything. Now you got a box of rocks, so the Poe got to send you his PS5. You verify it, and then you send it to me in overnight or whatever. So they send it to you overnight once you pay for it. But I got it the day before we went on vacation, and that thing is probably like the size of like, man, that thing probably needs its own suitcase. It needs its own suitcase. It's so big.
It looks big, man.
I didn't even try to bring it. Yeah, it's about that big. So I had got what game did I buy? I bought I'm a big 2K fan, so I think I got the NBA 2K, and then I got
it looks
the
amazing
Spider-Man
joint,
the Spider-Man for my son to play.
So how's that the 2K? I saw the demo of it. It looks amazing as far as the graphics.
That thing look like real basketball.
Right. It's kind of terrifying how real it looks. But then Miles Morales looks dope too. So it's good. Miles Morales is a good game.
We ain't played it because we came on vacation the next day.
Okay.
So I was trying to transfer all my stuff because I had a PS4 Pro, so I was trying to transfer everything to it. So I didn't really get a chance to play. I think I played Madden on it because I'm in a Madden. You know, we do, man. Look, me and Paul, we involved in like, we joined this thing called Simulation Football League. Okay. So what that is they play this old game. It was All Pro 2K8. It was a game that came out on Sega. Well, it came out on the
PS3,
PS2, or PS3.
3.
All Pro. Xbox, and it's all the old grades. It's a football game with just the legend on it.
All Pro League.
Yeah, so these dudes then created they made custom teams, and we the players.
Yeah,
our names are the players.
They got owners, coaches, and everything.
They got owners, coaches, the commish.
So this is you talking about this on PS5 or is this on PS?
No, this on PS. See, they play it on Xbox 360. So we don't actually play games. We're just players on a team.
Oh, that's dope.
And they let the computer play the game, but they take your stats. They giving out awards at the end of the year. They do
a Super Bowl and everything.
You do the draft. All of that.
That's live.
Man, I said, wish I would thought about something like that, man. But they do it with UFC. They do it with the UFC game. They do it with. So Poe was a fighter on a UFC team, and he got fights. Like, how often you do fights?
We do it once a week.
They do fights once a week on the.
Yeah.
So it's fantasy league, but just taken to the next level.
Yep.
That's dope, man. How they incorporated that, like
we don't TV with the other game. We got
the football won't come on cable. It'll come on. It's a channel called For the Fans.
Oh, where they do esports.
Esports, yep. They show those on TV.
So, that's like a multi-billion-dollar business.
Yeah, they making bread. They making bread.
He getting $40 per person. They got like 20.
Yeah, they get $40 a year.
It's like 12 people per team. Then the coaches got to pay like $200. The owners got to pay more. So shit.
Remember Mama said turn that game off because you ain't going.
Yeah, right.
They can't say that these days because these kids on Twitch getting all that money playing them video games.
Man, this dude, they didn't make that a career. I was watching this show on Netflix, and they was talking about in Korea, they got this League of Legends tournament, and that's like the biggest in the world. When they go there, those kids, they make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year doing that shit. I'm like, damn, man, son, you need to get into this. He playing that Rocket League.
I think what are you doing? Playing.
Get your paper.
You got to get your money because
now that's the thing. Now you can't get the kids to play the games no more because they not able to do it. They know you can get some money from it.
The basketball team, NBA teams got their own NBA 2K team. And they so
that's amazing.
Players, I said, man, it's crazy now.
it's too much money involved.
We play Tecmo Bowl at the house or play Madden at the house back in the day. 21 score rule. Now they play that for money.
Right. Well, we was playing for money too, depending on who you was playing on Tecmo Bowl. True. So ours just actual cash, and it was in house.
Oh,
it wasn't sponsored. It wasn't sponsored by Sony or whoever. Sponsored by Reebok. While you playing, there wasn't no pressure. You put that 20 down, that 10 down, that 5 down. Let's see.
Y'all had 21-0 rule. Y'all had 21-0 rule.
Yeah.
Yep.
Me and my cousin.
You get one chance. You get a chance to score after it's 21-0.
That's right.
Then after that, it's a wrap. So
it's a wrap.
So what you got planned for 2021 for the music?
So the album drops, man, June 26th, which is my birthday. And this is odd. I've never done a birthday release. I went to the studio last week and recorded 2 more tracks. My aim is to be done probably about the 1st of May. We'll record the tracks for the album. And then, of course, get it mixed and mastered, get it ready to go. I'm release that Joker, man, on my birthday, man. I figured it'd be a great present to myself. And it's something I've worked really hard on, man. And I'm excited about the project.
You with a label or you releasing you independent?
So I'm a self-published artist. It's on my company, my record label company is called LightCycle Entertainment. So it'll be released on that. And I'm not doing the whole Spotify, iTunes, all that business. It'll be specifically through whichever site I deem, and it's leaning more towards Bandcamp. But
a lot of people have been doing Bandcamp lately that we've been talking with.
Well, Bandcamp likes to give the artists most, if not all, of their money. If you go through Spotify for streaming and Spotify for and all these other spots,
they give like
they pay pennies on the dollar. Right?
Like, how you doing
and
that?
Artists are tired of this shit, man. We tired of getting pennies on the dollar. So I decided, why don't I go through some place where I can actually make money from it, and then make it work. You know what I'm saying? Because I see Spotify for visibility purposes, but hell, I've been on Spotify for years. I ain't got 100,000 people following my shit. It's cool. So let me go through another avenue, do my promotion the right way through, my girl MJ. Shout out to her.
Yeah,
MJ's Hip Hop Connects. And she's been instrumental in getting me in places and talking to folks like you. I'm gonna do it like grassroots.
I was gonna ask you how you met MJ.
Word. So I met MJ through DJ Kawan, man, of the Mixtape Show, which is the homie that's in line with a company that I'm part of called The Group, which is Lewis Gray, aka T-Rex, this is DJ Kawan, and DJ Sean Swift out of Atlanta. And Kawan, when I was starting this part of the project, learning about the album, he was like, Tech, him and Lewis, like, Tech, what do you want to do with this? And I said, man, I'd like to get it out here. He says, well, look, I know somebody, if you're ready for this, that can get you in line with these people that can take it to the next level. And I said, what do I have to lose? What I got to lose? So me and MJ started talking. And actually, I used MJ about a year ago on my single Move. And it was cool. She did great work, but I don't think I was as serious at the time as I was. I wasn't ready right then.
Okay.
But come the first of this year, I was absolutely ready. So we came up with a campaign. We came up with how we're going to do it. And man, let me tell you, she's a godsend. So shout out to MJ. She's a great person, big old heart. And she knows that this is something I want. She knows that I'm one of these people like y'all that just keeps pushing. So I turned 45 this year, but I'm working like I'm 25. So
what made you ready? Why are you ready now?
Well, so I think as an artist, man, you're constantly growing, right? Like, and that doesn't mean I wasn't ready before, but I think at the level that I'm talking about getting to, or should I say the level that I'm at, is an epiphany moment. Like, there's people that get to this moment to where you interview with several people and they get scared because it becomes real to them, right? This shit is too real to a lot of people. That's me just talking to y'all. We started off talking about COVID, then moved into the album.
Right.
And we can switch through topics. Not everybody's ready for that, man. Not everybody wants to have that type of, I guess you can say, stress or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
you it's like it's real now, man. You can't log off. You can't log off. They be like, ooh, I want to log off.
Can't log off.
Yeah, you telling the truth, because I had a couple times where like people hit us up and they be like, oh, let's do an interview. Then they just won't show up.
Right.
Yeah.
You see that?
So I think gotta be something like that.
Or they nervous throughout the whole thing, and I could tell they be like, man, I can't wait for this thing to be over. But instead of talking about themselves or the music, they seem more nervous to get off.
So one of the interviews I watched, and I won't say I won't say the person. I'm not gonna diss nobody. But that cat, whoever that was super scared.
You talking about our interviews?
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know after we get done, though.
Well, I'll talk to you, but I saw one cat that looked like a deer in the headlights. And
we be sending messages to each other like, all right, we probably gonna try to wrap.
I don't care.
We're gonna wrap this one up early.
I mean, but you know, and I know if it's a younger artist, that's somebody that maybe needs to be cultivated, right? That's somebody that they need to understand how to have a presence when you're in front of people and you're talking about your platform. So I get that. When it's an older artist that's been out there,
you out there looking like you ain't never, like this your first interview. It's like, man, this your first interview or something?
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Because how y'all gonna have me back if I can't talk?
Right, but that's the reason why we kind of do the way we do it too, because it's like you said, it's a conversation, man. It ain't like we had one rapper. What else? A couple weeks ago, he said we was like, dang, we didn't even get to the album yet. Right. He like, man, he said, I'm a rapper. I got an album coming out next week, man. Let's talk how we talking, like, because you gonna know more about me by my beliefs, what I like, what like you said, what I like to eat. My favorite, we ain't have some favorite color questions, but you know, it's more like flow how you want to flow to keep you more to build that rapport with the person, because and it's easier when you ask. It's easier to ask open probe. It's easier to ask open probe questions when you make the person feel comfortable, because it's the worst when you ask an open probe question and to give you a closed probe answer. It's like, yo, man, so how you like? Yeah, like, nah, you can't say yeah to that.
They'd be like, I'm good. And
Well, you say, yeah, I'm good now, man. We asked you a question. You gotta answer that. But we do know a lot of. But that's just the way the game is, because the game, anybody is a rapper now. So it's like you might be interviewing somebody who don't even know what it takes. They just rap because
they are.
Or who they are, and they rap because they boy rap or. So one dude said, I started rapping as a dare. Like, somebody dared me to rap, man. Here I am. I'm like, what? Like, oh, okay.
So that's, well, I mean, but we come from a different point in time, man. We come through where we come from. When you called yourself an MC, you took that title seriously.
Oh yeah,
and
somebody's gonna check you on it too.
If you're not that, you won't have a long career, right?
Definitely.
So now you can be just whatever. Like, man, I started rapping last week and I got a deal. I got a deal with Coca-Cola, baby. I mean, it's just there's no, and there's some true MCs out there, man. There's like Odyssey is dope.
Oh yeah, somebody was just telling me about him. I ain't listened to him a lot, but some dude, we in this group on Facebook, and the guy posted a thing about it. He was like, he said the same thing. He was like, Odyssey so dope, and he put a link to his some of his music. I was like, yeah, he is. When I would go listen to him,
he's
absolutely
tight. Well, he has that commitment, man. He's been out for a long time, and he's one, should I say, in the newer era. And I say newer era is
like a Sky Zoo. He like a Sky Zoo type of rapper.
Right. He has his own style, but he raps about relevant material, right? So he raps about what goes on in the world and his life as a Muslim in America, and just several things, but keeps it ingrained. And I think what's cool is that we kind of getting back to that. So I've talked to kids that are tired of what they've heard. Yeah. They want real content because the world is realer than it's ever been right now. It's realer than it's ever been. So if you're gonna just rap about that money, drugs, all that life, that's cool.
Relevant. Yeah.
But like you said, if they go back and watch our interviews with just the one we just had with C Knowledge, the one with Speech, they won Grammys during a time where gangster rap was prevalent. That's what was the hottest stuff out, and you came out and went against that and won a Grammy with your music.
Right. Won a Grammy with being different.
That's crazy, and people people so scared to be different. But it's like,
what's so funny? Go ahead, speak.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, yeah, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be afraid to be different when you got people who actually have excelled a lot in the rap game. Would be a different.
It's funny you have C Knowledge on the show, and I remember, man, I listened to him, and other cats from Undiggable Planets when I was in. Well, Cool Like That came out. Was it 93?
Yeah, like 93. Oh, 92. Okay.
Was a reformation of time and space. I can't remember the name of the full album title.
The full Rebirth album, of Black Planet, something like that. Rebirth.
Right. And when Cool Like That came out, you want to talk about somebody that played that over and over and over again. And when I had the album, I would come home from school and just throw it on, and it just spoke to me. But those type of cats, Rebirth the Slick, they taught me how to be different. Like, I credit them type of cats for letting me know and trauming on them that I could come out and talk about video games and anime and all the shit I want to talk about. And there's an audience, as long as you make it dope. It's an audience
for it,
As long as you make it dope, man. Make it dope.
I remember me and my sisters, like I was telling him, me and my sisters just rapping that part, like saying what we was cool, like. Like we like in a circle, we all like saying cool, like
it's a song that everybody could like gravitate to and love, man. It was just a great tune, but that whole album was fantastic. And Blue Out Calm came after that, and they just they still do. I saw them in a video recently with C Knowledge and the whole crew, and they were like in Germany. This was like 2018. Or 2019, they was still rocking the shit the same way they was rocking it back in '92. It was just dope. So yeah, man, hip hop is real. It's alive.
That's what's up, Paul. You got the track?
What's up?
Yeah. You want to play the track before we get out? It's something. This usually happens with us too. We always go over the time especially when we have a good conversation with people. We don't. It's like the gym. Sometimes we have a good conversation. You don't even look at the time.
No, you don't.
They say people shouldn't be watching the clock in the gym.
Yeah, what song you want me to play? Never Again or Trap?
So you guys haven't heard neither one of the tracks, huh?
Yeah, no, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear
today.
She sent them. So, I think she sent it to us today.
This will probably be the last show that I say Never Again on, because Trapped is kind of the lead single or the most recent single. However, I want y'all to play Never Again first, and then we can listen to Trapped together.
All
right, perfect.
Let's see what's up. Hopefully it sound kind of decent.
Maybe see what happened if you mute your everybody mic too.
Yeah.
Usually I do it. I feel bad, man. I ain't got.
Oh, he mute you.
You know who you are. You know you ain't down. When I'm on the mic, you know I got to clown. Never again, no, you can't win. Never again to the face of that end. Fake folks. Never again will you stop the pen. Never that. Never again, only ride with friends. Let's go. Never again, no, you can't win. Never again to the face of that end. Fake folks. Never again will you stop the pen. Never that. Never again, only ride with friends. We win. Never again, no, you can't win. Never again to the face of that end. Fake folks. Never again will you stop the pen. Never that. Never again, only ride with friends. Let's go. Never again, no, you can't win. Never again to the face of that end. Fake folks. Never again will you stop the pen. Never that. Never again, only ride with friends. Shh. You don't need to make a sound. TekForce, the man's back and he's around. Form strong in magma. I lay it down. My enemies, they suffering all over town. Beat stronger, heat monger, you're so. Feet bigger, Frodo, your dojo. Not over MK11 and oh no. Crush spines, destroy minds, it's over, bro. A long time my rhyme scheme, it permeates. Soak it in, but never catch me hesitate. I levitate my lyrical. You can't relate? Gallagher dudes with laser beams, I'm shooting straight. My life exists to give you this in real time. Play-by-play mistakes you make are not mine. A veteran, I don't play except for case. Living a life with all of y'all stuck in the shade. Never again, no, you can't win. Never again to the face of that end. Fake folks. Never again will you stop the pen. Never that. Never again, only ride with friends. Let's go. Never again, no, you can't win. Never again to the face of that end. Fake folks. Never again will you stop the pen. Never that. Never again, only ride with friends. We win. Never again, no, you can't win. Never again to the face of that end. Fake folks. Never again will you stop the pen. Never that. Never again, only ride with friends. Let's go. Never again, no, you can't win. Never again to the face of that end. Fake folks. Never again will you stop the pen. Never that. Never again, only ride with friends. You don't know I sever foes with fervor. Grill them up, then put them on my burger. That boy Tek not playing dude is murder. She wrote him and he had to serve her. Beats provided by me and Mr. Pena. Join forces, yep, here to save ya. I'm an outcast, you see me, you say, hey ya. Not a play ya, my baby girl is Ray ya. Flexing like I need to, I don't believe you. Most dudes are translucent, meaning see-through. Hiding in plain sight, but I can see you. Damage every part, just to watch you bleed too. Verbal ascension, elevator to the top. Flow sloppy like a mob. Lost the hip till you're hot. Consider this a pit stop while I watch a crew drop. It's a shame you didn't make it. Let me call up your pops.
Shit, me unmute y'all. Sorry. All right, you want to go and play the next one?
Yeah. Definitely play Trap.
All right.
Period was muted there.
Oh.
No, I said I could see that playing like on a cartoon of a cyborg or Jax from Mortal Kombat fighting through something. And the song is playing like it's a side. They doing a silent thing, but that song is playing like a theme of what they going through, fighting or doing something. Yeah, because when the verse come in, it's like strong, like a. Like I'm gonna grab you and I feel it.
That was the point. Absolutely appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. That's yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah, this next one is Trap. So this one is this is based on this old anime or cartoon, man, called Robotech from the 80s.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Here you go. Oh no, my bad. That's the wrong track.
Yeah, I was about to say that ain't it.
Nah, that's that. I was trying to be funny. They gonna try to playing that Tupac over here.
Word up.
All right, we're finna play it right now though.
All right. Yeah.
Robotech, LightCycle Entertainment. Trap, ain't no way to win, getting out. Trap, didn't know I had to spin it out. Trap, this is what we're gonna find it out. Battle till we die and never trying, never move about. Trap, ain't no way to win, getting out. Trap, didn't know I had to spin it out. Trap, this is what we're gonna find it out. Battle till we die and never trying, never move about. I lost all my common sense as the season of muscle pain. Killing bodies left and right. Whole team represent. Battle boy, separating rapper boys. Then try to fighting hard. My squad, out of noise, caught up, tossed up. When we just tossed up, many casualties, now we're stacking all the losses. Listen, trying to tell me like she's up and hard, charged up. I gotta save my woman, and she might be mad. So what? Cold nuts, shit full of people counting donuts. That's now a fact, that's a fact, and it's a bonus. I never ended seen traumatizing to a lot of us. Who won't let it stop me from causing crazy ruckus. So what do I do with people dying record numbers? Wishing I was back in her, talking to the girls, but riding in my cockpit. Life is a whole trip. I gotta fight again, and the course is for the whole ship. Trap, ain't no way to win, kicking out. Trap, thinking though I had to spin it down. Trap, this is what we're gonna fight it down. Battle till we die and never try and never move about. Trap, ain't no way to win, kicking out. Trap, didn't know I had to spin it down. Trap, this is what we're gonna fight it down. Battle till we die and never try and never move about. But we're not fighting, we are grieving, misbelieving. So try to jack us in the morning or late evening. Even when we're finished eating, they plot scheming. There never is a warning, the opposite of boring. An endless game with no scoring. Bullets must just like it's gonna be alright. There's a full quote, we haven't begun to fight. In this world of darkness, who holds the light? I'm a guardian now, and I'm feeling quite bold. Look out, too, they were suckers, I'm told. Walk so much, but this never gets old. Since we're on Mars, I won't feel the cold. Feel the bass sometimes running out fast. Things to make a move, we gotta make a dash. Set the detonation hard pass. This time we got him, I hope it'll last. Trap, ain't no way to win, kicking out. Trap, didn't know I had to spin it down. Trap, this is what we're gonna find it out. Battle till we die and never try and never move about. Trap, ain't no way to win, kicking out. Trap, didn't know I had to spin it down. Trap, this is what we're gonna find it out. Battle till we die and never try and never move about.
Who did that beat?
My dude, 80 bucks. Darren Condu Wilborn, man, did the beat. He's a talented MC, man. And what's so funny about that track, we were actually going to do a whole project dedicated to that Robotech show. And I was talking to my mentor / manager, T-Rex, aka Lewis Gray, and he was like, Tech, that track you did, Trapped, that needs to go on the album. I thought about it. I said, shit, you right.
Yeah.
There's no reason, as hard as this shit is, it needs to be on the album.
Yeah,
so we made that adjustment quickly. And now it's the next single, man. So yeah, that's Trap, man.
Yeah, that one bang. I like that one.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. He put his foot in that mouth. He did. He put his foot in there, man. Like I knew it's so crazy when you have a beat like that, it takes you back to the essence of hip hop. as an MC, you got to know how to attack the right track at any point in time. And that one, I knew I had to like go in there and just murder it, because you got to treat it like that, man. It's hip hop.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, look, man, we way past the time I got to produce on my ear. We appreciate you. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts, man. On behalf of the show, man. Thanks for coming by and blessing us with the music and just on who you are as a person, you know. Now I'm gonna go get my COVID vaccine. You got yours. No, you know, I've been getting emails. I mean, I've been getting texts from the VA. They like, oh yeah, you a veteran who is designated.
Oh, they gonna throw it at you.
Yeah, they
throw it at you. Both of y'all.
Yeah, because Paul work up there now. He work up there at the VA.
Okay. Yeah, they throwing it. They throwing it at y'all. My mom and dad, man. My pops is a veteran of the Air Force. So they 70-something years old. He was in that pocket. He got both him and mom got him.
Yeah, definitely. So man, we're gonna follow the music, man. Maybe come back on once the album drop. We could talk. We could do a little album, play a couple new tracks from the album for the people.
Absolutely. You can find my music, man, at TekForce1.bandcamp.com. You can find me on YouTube as TekForce, Instagram is TekForce, Twitter is TekForce Rises, and Facebook is TekForce. Go check for me.
All right, for sure. I'm gonna follow you on Instagram too once we finish.
Word up.
We'll follow
Thank y'all for having me, man. Thank y'all for having me, man. I appreciate y'all.
All day. All right, man.